Welcome back to another episode of Quick Picks with the Geek. I am your host, Bro Power the Geek. All right, here we go. Two middleweights walking into the cage on matching three-fight losing streaks. This isn't just a fight, this is basically the UFC's version of a job interview where the question is, do you still belong here? And the only acceptable answer is violence. We've got Jose Chicho Medina versus Dusko Todorovic. High stakes, low breaks. Jose Chicho Medina coming in as a plus 250 underdog with a record of 11-5. Medina's entire game is built around pressure, takedowns, and grinding top control. Think of him like a bear trap. Once he snaps onto your leg, he's dragging you down and beating you with ground and pound. That's his bread and butter, and when he's on top, he does a good job staying heavy and chipping away with strikes. He's also absurdly durable. This guy takes punches like they're taxes. He doesn't like them, but he always seems to pay up. His toughness gives him a chance to stay alive long enough to maybe turn the tide later in fights. Add in some submission wins. And Medina isn't a one-note grappler. He's shown he can finish if opportunities open up. But here's the reality check. Medina's striking defense is about as tight as a screen door on a submarine. He'll literally walk through shots just to get to the clinch, and against more technical strikers, that usually ends badly. His boxing is fine, but it's not the kind of clean, sharp work that wins rounds against elite guys. And then there's the cardio. He pushes a heavy pace early, but he tends to slow down in later rounds. Combine that with a three-fight skid inside the UFC, and the picture becomes clear. Medina is a tough out, but so far he's looked like a guy who belongs more in the spoiler role than climbing toward rankings. Now standing across from him, Dusko Thunder Todorovic, coming in as a minus 300 favorite with a record of 12-6. Todorovic is a taekwondo striker with legit knockout power. 8 of his 12 wins have come by knockout, and 7 of those came in the first round. This man doesn't clock in for overtime. He tries to punch you out of consciousness before the crowd's even sat down. On top of that, he's a black belt in BJJ, so if the fight does hit the mat, he can snatch up chokes and arm bars when needed. That's a pretty dangerous skill set, heavy kicks, knockout hands, and a grappling ace in the back pocket. But Dusko's got his own set of problems. First off, his defense. He fights with his hands low, relying on head movement like he's Anderson Silva, except he's not Anderson Silva. He gets clipped clean way too often, and 4 of his 6 losses are by knockout. That's not just a red flag. That's an entire marching band waving flags at once. On top of that, his takedown defense sits at a shaky 42%. That's like inviting grapplers to try their luck. If Medina's going to win, that stat's his golden ticket. Then you factor in Dusko's injury history, 2 knee reconstructions, a car accident, and long layoffs. And it's hard to know which version of him shows up. When he's dialed in, he's dangerous. When he's not, he looks flat and gets finished. So, who wins? Medina's path is clear: grind, wrestle, control. If he can walk through the early storm, close the distance, and pin Dusko to the mat, he could slow things down, tire him out, and maybe snag a decision or late submission. His durability gives him a chance to keep coming even if he eats big shots early. But Dusko's path is just as obvious. Use the reach, keep the hands flying, and test Medina's chin before the grappling kicks in. Medina has been hittable, and Dusko has the power to make hittable opponents regret every mistake. Add in the fact that Medina tends to slow down, while Dusko usually hunts for fast finishes, and the window for Thunder to land the fight-ending blow is wide open. Official pick: I'm rolling with Dusko Todorovic by knockout. I just don't see Medina having the striking to keep Dusko honest, and eventually that low-handed power-kicking style is going to find the mark. It might get messy, it might be ugly, but I think Dusko gets back on track with an early finish, and Medina leaves wondering if forward pressure is worth it when forward leads into a right hand. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat when the next video drops. And don't be shy. Leave a comment below and let me know who you got winning this fight. Let's see who really has the crystal ball around here. Until next time.